Don't nobody say nothing about how this porch behind me still looks remotely the same. I don't want to hear it. I think I'm gonna work on that today. I think. But it ain't like I ain't been getting stuff done around here, been getting stuff done around here. But this video is not about gardening. Uh Anybody who knows me knows that I am like, you know, the information guru. I will research damn near everything, like real talk. Um Before I put a light fixture in my house, I will research that. You know what I'm saying? Like before I buy a piece of furniture, like if a company makes something, like if it's something I like, I'll research the company. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it's companies out there that people like stuff, but they don't look at the company and they don't understand that behind that company is really some stuff you shouldn't be supporting and you shouldn't be giving your money to. But that's a whole nother topic. But I'm saying that to say that I think a lot of times people just don't look into things as much as they should and don't research as much as they should. And this video is to kind of encourage you to seek out information. Um, hey, Kens. Huh? If anybody wants to research Kenny, oh yes, my old baby. Would y'all guess that he's over 15? I don't know how old he is, but he's so old. He's my little old cat. Yeah, you're my little old man. Yeah. Oh. Do we like that? Yes, Kenny, make them subscribe. Make them click and subscribe. Anyway, so okay, so y'all got y'all cat thrills for the day, because y'all know how y'all do. Y'all start unsubscribing. I hear the cats, but I don't see them. I know y'all come to see the cats. You know, you don't have to keep putting my nose in it. Like I get it. But back to what I was saying. So, anybody knows me knows that I feel like school is especially anything under the collegiate level is trash. A lot of the collegiate level stuff is trash. I'm just gonna be frank and put it out there. I've never been this person that thinks solely because you have one or more degrees that you're educated. It's a bunch of educated fools. I mean, to be honest with you, most colleges are not built on what they should be built on. Most colleges is kind of like do what the professors say, read what they tell you to read, regurgitate the information, and if you do that long enough, we'll give you the degree. And I think that's primarily why I chose to go to school where I chose to go to school at. Yes, you do that, but at the same time, when I was in school, a lot of my professors did not just give you book sense. They gave you a lot of life knowledge and philosophical type things and mantras and different things like that that I don't think that people get at other schools. So why am I bringing that up? Everybody doesn't have access to great schooling, and I want to put this out there. This is definitely for those that have children. If you have children, do not click off. Tell them, would you say, Kenny? If you have children, you definitely need to be looking at this. So I'm not turning my channel into some commercial or something like that, but I think this is something that needs to be shared. I don't think a lot of people know about it because a lot of people don't go out and search information, you know, just search information just to search it. So I'm making this video to expose you all to something that was recently released at the beginning of the month. I should have did this video much earlier. I apologize. It's called Narrative. So if any of you are familiar with the Karen Hunter, I'm sorry, jack that up. Sorry, Professor Hunter. If anybody's familiar with the Karen Hunter show, and if you're not, you should be watching it. I'll put her link to her channel down in the description. She has quite a few subscribers, but I feel like she's still underrated. I feel like she should have 4 or 5 million, just being honest. If there are 30 million black people in America, at least half of them should be subscribed. Just saying. But Karen Hunter always gives like the greatest interviews with some of the greatest insightful people. For instance, for those of you that are into gardening, and like I said, I'll put links in the description. Look at some of Karen Hunter's when she talks with Carla Hall. And if anybody knows who Carla Hall is, she's a chef, but she's done many things. She used to be a model. She's, just all this different stuff. But she's a chef now, and I like to call her a food historian. One of her episodes, she went into the history of rice and, how important rice is, and, um, talking about how it's cooked in different areas, and just a lot of great information. One of them, she talked about watermelons, and why watermelon is viewed the way it's viewed and the stereotypes that it has. She gives you the history on that, but then she gives you the history of why watermelons were so very important and crucial in dietary needs of people. Just all this different great information. Then, if you want to go further and you want to see who I think is one of America's greatest scholars, and I mean, he's humble about it. People tell him all the time that he's continuing the legacy of his jegnas or teachers, people who taught him before. One of the greatest historians. I mean, dude is like a walking encyclopedia. Like, he lives in a library. Dude owns 20,000 books. Let me explain something to y'all. For all of those y'all on YouTube looking at YouTube scholars that have no credentials, that have not read 2 books between the 6 of them that's talking, please quit listening to them people. Yes, this dude has a PhD and a law degree, but it's not really about his degrees. It's more about him having a true passion for making sure true historical facts are given. For instance, when they have these biopics and stuff that come out, he'd be like, yeah, that's all right, but half of that ain't true. You know what I'm saying? Because, just like U.S. versus Billie Holiday, he'll tell you in a minute, a movie is not a substitution for reading. If you saw United States versus Billie Holiday, if you saw that, please go read her biography that she wrote. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll tell you in a minute, like, watching movies is not a replacement because they have creative license on these movies. And when you read stuff and you hear what the actual person had to say about themselves and about what was going on around them, you'll soon find out that a lot of these movies are 80% lies. So, all that to be said, that if you go over and you watch some of the In Class with Carr, Dr. Carr is who I was referring to, that is one of, dude, it's ridiculous as far as being a historian, and then by him having a law degree, he knows the legal ramifications of various things. So when people be talking out of their ass and have no clue what they're talking about, he be like, well, no, because that ain't how that work, because XYZ, you know what I'm saying? Especially a lot of these politicians that get on and on about stuff, and people don't understand how much of politics they're making laws. And the best person to ask about that is often a lawyer. But anyway, if you go over and you watch some of the In Class with Carr, In Class with Carr has, now don't get me wrong, Saturday's class, they be live every Saturday, 11 a.m. Central, and I'll be real, if you do a live at that time, you probably won't catch me, because I'm in class with Carr. I turn my phone off, I turn everything off to sit down and take notes. That's just how serious that information is. He has talked about insurrections. He talked about, they've talked about a little bit of everything. They've talked about all of these very important, pivotal black people that are often overlooked, because all we ever hear about is MLK, and that's by design, and a little bit about Malcolm X, and they paint Malcolm X as being a demon, all those kind of things. But it's so many other pieces to the puzzle, and it's so many other things, and he talks about all of these, almost, if you want to call them hidden figures. Because I'm going to be honest with you, if you don't go, like I said, if you don't go search out these people, you won't know who they is. And I'm going to be honest, I'm a pretty savvy reader, and he be coming at me with some people like, who is this? They got somebody else? Who is this? And I mean, in one show, will rattle off so many names and so many books. And I'm going to tell you why I love him, because he always gives you the source material. He's never just going to say something and he's saying something out of opinion. Like, I don't care about your opinion. Where's your source material? Because anybody knows anything about reading, the best part of the book is the footnotes and the index and the bibliography. Those are the best parts of the book, because that's where you can go and delve deeper. The author of that book, you can look deeper and see, okay, where did they get this information from, and what else was mentioned in these other books, so that you can go deeper into the rabbit hole, as they like to say on In Class with Car. So Karen Hunter decided to create a space where you can learn and you can take these deep dives and you can get this information, and you can get it in a way that's unbiased but factual, and it's not, raging with all these different opinions that's gonna sway and all that, because I ain't got time for all that. I don't want the opinion. Just give me the information. I'll do with it what I want. Just give me the information. And why am I saying this is important for people who have children? If your children are going to school, I don't care who you are, black, white, or whatever, because guess what? White children are being miseducated too. They are doing your white children a disservice by telling them that black people do nothing. You want to know why? Because when they get older, they will, out of their whiteness, they will believe that, and they will treat blacks differently, because they have never seen anything positive that black people did. It's just like, this whole Asian thing right now. Somebody sent me a link. Thanks, Chuck Weezy. Sent me a link of this Asian girl setting these people straight. All these people out here talking about black people ain't never done nothing for Asians. Nah, y'all a lie. Frederick Douglass had something to say about the Chinese people and the way they were being treated. Just in case you didn't know, they did slave the hell out of the Chinese to build a lot of these railroads. You better do your history in case you didn't know. And Frederick Douglass spoke out about that. And he spoke out about how they were in these internment camps and all this different kind of stuff. I think Martin Luther King did the same. Somebody did with the Japanese when they were in them camps during World War II. You know what I'm saying? And I know people get pissed. Oh, black people should only do for black people. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's not even the African way. Africans have never been like that. We've never just been like, oh, let's only look out for ourselves. We've never been like that. Never. I can tell you who has, though. Anybody want to fill in the blank? Okay, now that you've had time to think about that. So, it comes a point in time where, you just have to be real about some stuff and stop being offended by everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah. Narrative. You can go over there. You can get all the information. And I'm going to put the link below because it's spelled a little differently. I'm going to put the link below. But what it is a safe learning space for you to learn about all kinds of stuff. You can get the source information. You can get books. They have annotated the In Class with Cars like it's ridiculous. Like, I used to just write notes and try to hurry up and jot down the name of this. Nah, you don't have to do that with Narrative. You can go back now. You can join Narrative for free, but it is better if you pay the subscription, $99 for a year. I've been paying my subscription. I think that's going to roll through the end of March. I would say join. That's what I would say, because I've never seen anything done like this on this level. And I'm telling you, if you have children, the people who come in and ask questions with In Class with Car, and they got their kids with them, whole family sitting down learning with their kids, and it provokes intellectual conversation, thought-provoking conversation, where you can ask your kids, okay, what do you think about this, or what do you think about that? Because it's not always about trying to guide somebody to something. Some people want to indoctrinate their own kids. This is what you should believe. No, it's not. It's not for you to create another you, because who says you were the greatest? Because you might be an asshole. Might be. How about you let your kids be them? But see, this is back to why sometimes I feel like people ought not have kids, but we ain't gonna get on that. Do I think you should? See, even Kenny, say that again. Say, what did you say? Say it. Yes. But what now? But anyway, yeah, so, you know, always keep in mind that, oh, you want to get on? Always keep in mind that, you know, this is information that could help you, your family. It could help your children if you homeschooling. I think they should make this mandatory for everybody that's homeschooled. I'm just being real with you. Because I'm going to be real, a lot of these people that's homeschooling, their mamas ain't got no business homeschooling because their mama ain't going to teach them but one subject. And the one subject they teach them is going to have them vulnerable out in the world. If they in public schooling, you already know they leaving out a huge chunk of information. They leaving out that these textbooks that these states approve, they're unacceptable. And I've read a lot of them. They're unacceptable. You need to be on narrative. Yes, they need to do that to get whatever they need to get from the state so the state will stay off your back. But at home, make sure that they're getting something else, and narrative is where they can get that from. So you all go over, check out Karen Hunter, check out In Class with Card, check out all that stuff, because I'm telling you, this is the beta. This is where they starting at. They trying to roll this sucker out in a big way, and you can hear it when she talks about it in some of her talks with Dr. Carr. They eventually want to make this to where it is a physical, something, you know, number one, it's owned by us, created by us, run by us. So it ain't going to be no, you know, we going to paint this in a certain way to make it look a certain, you know, and all this kind of stuff. No. But they want to roll this out to where it's a bigger thing. And if we want to have platforms that shines us in a true light and not in this diminutive light where we just like an afterthought, we have to support our own stuff. We have to support our own stuff. So please go out there, check out Karen Hunter, check out In Class with Card, check out all this different stuff. Just, you don't have to watch it all at once. Just look at it with a open mind. And if you like it, please go over to Narrative, please, and subscribe, because I think you're gonna like it. Because if you're anything like me, if you're on this channel and you like information and all that kind of stuff, I think you'll like it. So go over to Narrative, and if you can, please, if you end up looking at it and liking it, please share Karen Hunter's videos. Please share Narrative with everybody who you can, because once again, this is a thing to where we don't want to sleep on this moment. Somebody's out here going out here working hard to provide us what we've been lacking since, I mean, yeah, we do have the Philadelphia Freedom Schools, and we have a few schools out here trying to do and get this information, but it's not enough. And until we go out here and create it, that's, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not for all these people complaining and crying. When nobody's doing anything. Or when people do stuff, do you support it? All right, bitch. So, that being said, I ain't going to talk no longer. Please go check out that stuff. If you like it, please share it. If you have children, please expose your children to this, because I guarantee you, this information, bar none. I wish growing up I would have had this. I had a mama that was teaching me at home, but it was still very limited resources. You know what I'm saying? Internet was not popping off like it's popping off now. But me and my mom used to go to the library a lot and dig through stuff. But even then, you was at the mercy of what your local library had. And let's be real, some of our local libraries just don't have a diverse enough information. You know what I'm saying? You can guarantee that they got certain books in there, you know, these American classics, but you can't always guarantee that they have a lot of this other information that's out here. So let's go out here, let's get this knowledge, and let's support and make sure that we educate the next generation, because it's very important. It's very, very important. We want to make sure we give them the best advantage that they can have, because the world is theirs now. You know what I'm saying? I'm 36, and it's like it's theirs. You know, I'm still fairly young, but it's theirs. You know what I'm saying? They got to continue it. They got to take the torch and run with it. But we got to give them something to run with. We got to give them some shoes or something to put on their feet to run with. So I appreciate y'all for looking and watching. If anybody was already watching this stuff down, let me know down in the comments how many of y'all had already peep game. You know what I'm saying? But till next time, see you guys later.